We are a few days away from the NFL draft. The Carolina Panthers have had 6 straight losing seasons, but we're about to show you how they can turn things around right now.
Yeah, the Panthers have a couple of picks right at the top of the second round. They've done a lot of work in free agency already leading up to this point. They've kind of set themselves up. I hate it when teams say this, but to take the best player available. They've hit almost all of their needs at this point. So we're really going to be looking, I think, to finish the build around Bryce Young. Finish building the offense, make sure he's protected, make sure he's got targets to throw to. And, the defense, they're going to have to wait a little bit. We hit the defense in free agency, got some veterans in there, so they're not going to fall off a cliff. But right now, for the Carolina Panthers, it's all about getting Bryce Young going.
All right, so we have our mock draft up here. All right, we're going to go through just the first 3 rounds. All right, the Panthers don't have a first round pick, but they have 3 picks within the first 3 rounds. There you go.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and fire it up here. The first round will go pretty quickly, and we'll just kind of take a look, what happened in those first 32 picks. Take a look at what the Baltimore Ravens did. I know they love going defense. So yeah, we're here at pick 33. I already see something I don't like at 32 with Ladd McConkey going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kingsley going at pick 31, and cornerback Nate Wiggins, who hurt himself running the 40, is the Baltimore Ravens pick here.
Wow.
And this, what I want to see here is just how many O-linemen went in this first round. Okay, so we've got 3 quarterbacks starting it off, and then we've got our first O-lineman at pick 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 O-linemen before the Ravens pick, and obviously before the Panthers pick as well. So that's going to be tough for teams who are looking to, get some guys to start on that O-line like Carolina and Baltimore both are. But let's take a look at the best players available right now. We got Jer'Zhan Newton out of Illinois, interior D lineman. Pretty surprised that he's there. You see, they have him ranked 11th. His average draft position is at 23, but that's not where Carolina needs to be going. Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin, a couple of decent options there at the wide receiver spot. Let's take a look at the interior O-line as well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them on the list. Okay, ranked 33rd, Zach Frazier. And that's what you need, center.
We do need a center. Let's take a look. They had him graded at 77.5. First look says Frazier has the perfect background for an interior offensive lineman, as he was a 4-time state wrestling champion in high school. That built-in core strength is a massive boon to his work on the interior. His body control and forearm/grip strength allow him to latch onto defenders. His flexibility is impressive, and he can get low to consistently win with leverage at the snap, even on quarterback sneaks. His arms are short, which is okay for a center, but he will lose cross-face reps against longer defensive linemen. He won't blow you up with power at contact, but he does have the weight, power, and technique to anchor well in pass protection. So yeah, that's a position that Carolina needs right now. Their last year starter Bradley Bozeman is gone. He signed with the Chargers. They're looking to move Austin Corbett over to center. Austin Corbett has had some injury issues, and he doesn't have a lot of experience at center. But I think right now the better spot is going to be wide receiver for the Panthers.
Really?
There's quite a few names here that we can go. We've got Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin, Keon Coleman, Roman Wilson, Ricky Parasol, Jalen Polk, Xavier Leggett, Malachi Corley. Saying the list, I'm thinking maybe we just grab that center because there's going to be a receiver there at pick 6, in 6 picks at pick 39.
6 picks, yeah.
All right, let's head on.
Mitchell might still be there.
Yeah, well, they're doing their work on Adonai to make sure he falls right now. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and pick up Zach Frazier and have him compete with Austin Corbett. At worst, we've got a competent backup if Corbett goes down again or is struggling at the position. So we're going to go ahead and hit draft on Zach Frazier, West Virginia.
And we're gonna do the GM in the war room. We're gonna clap. All right. We're gonna high five. Yes, we did it. All right. Can't believe they let this guy fall to us. Those suckers. Okay. All right. Are we back on the clock?
We are back on the clock at pick 39.
And look who's there. Look who's there. Adonai Mitchell is still there. Hat on the back.
I was sort of hoping that Xavier Leggett would fall. He's a favorite of a lot of the Panthers fans. He's from South Carolina. But he went with the very next pick. So yeah, we're down to Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin. It looks like Keon Coleman is. It's not the wide receiver list. That's why. So Keon Coleman is still there. You know what? I don't think that I want to go Adonai Mitchell though.
Really?
Yeah, 71.9 grade for Adonai. Take a look at his stats here. He had 845 yards and 11 touchdowns this past season. Obviously, he played at Georgia, transferred to Texas, and he's been a productive guy. He's been a playmaker out there, but I feel like I want to take a chance on Ricky Pearsall. He had 963 yards, 4 touchdowns for Florida. He's a 3-star recruit who also played safety in high school, started his career at Arizona State before transferring to Florida in 2022. He's projected a slot receiver, and his slot skill set is about as good as one could hope. He is savvy and nuanced in his route running, winning in so many ways with a diverse route tree. His feet are quick and elusive, which allows him to be more of a vertical threat than his straight line speed alone could create. He's very reliable hands catcher. He doesn't have rare flexibility for change of direction, but he makes up for it with how he sets up defenders. And if you don't remember Ricky Pearsall, he's the one who had that insane one-handed catch this past season. There's several good options here.
Yeah.
I like all of these 6 that you can see on the screen right now, but I think I'm going to go with Pearsall. I'm going to hit draft on Ricky.
All right.
And then we wait. We wait until the 3rd round kicks off for Carolina's next pick.
All right. And while we're waiting, if you watched our last video on the Ravens, you've heard us mention this a few times. Magic Mind, okay? You guys have been asking us, what is Magic Mind? I'll tell you what, Magic Mind is what's helping us get these videos out with high quality. That's what Magic Mind is. All right. It is a focused drink. Okay, it's not an energy drink. It's not one of those drinks that you want to get a quick caffeine boost or a sugar boost or both, right? And it's not going to make you all jittery, in the hopes to keep you awake. This is something that's going to keep you focused and keep you locked in. I'm going to tell you a quick story about Magic Mind. Okay, I was talking to Brodny one day in the studio, and I had some things that I needed to edit, and I was like, I'm not feeling it tonight. This is true. I was like, not feeling it. Just tired from the work day. I can't focus, right? And when I start editing, it can take hours to do. And I wasn't going to spend hours editing that night. Take a shot at Magic Mind, right? I just wanted to try. I was like, you know what? It's late. I'm going to go to bed soon, but I want to try it. I didn't want to go to bed yet. So I started working, and the next 3 hours were a blur to me. I was talking to you at some point. I hung up and I kept on working, and I finished my project, and I was just so locked in, and I still felt like, okay, I still need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do laundry. Like, all these things were clear in my head of what I needed to do, and I could focus on each one and get them done. So it is a great product. It absolutely works. Okay. Great for production.
Yeah, I've had the same experience as you. I use it for when I'm just working my regular day job. I use it when we're getting prepared for these videos. I use it when we're doing the Black History Fact videos, when I'm scripting other things. So it tastes great. It's all natural ingredients. You can see down at the bottom of the screen there. If you want to try it out yourself, you can go to www.magicmind.com/lunchbreak, and you can use the code LBHT20, and that'll get you 20% off of your first order, or up to 56% off of a subscription order. The great thing about that is it's a no risk proposition. They offer a money back guarantee. If you don't like it for whatever reason, they'll fully refund you, no questions asked.
All right, so make sure you check it out. There's literally no risk involved, and you're going to enjoy the benefits of it. All right, we are on to the third round and final round of this mock draft. Okay, not the final round for the Panthers, but final round for this mock draft. You've already won the draft, if you ask me.
Of course.
You already have Austin Corbett on the team, who they're going to try out as starter. He could just end up being a good starting center, but you drafted another center. Hopefully, he's high in the second round, essentially a first round pick. We expect him to be a high quality player, and he's going to compete for that spot. Between Corbett and Frazier, you should have your starting center. To follow that up with, did you get Pearsall?
Yes.
With Ricky Pearsall, you are really doing a great favor and service to your young quarterback in Bryce Young. So now we're on to the third round. Where do we go, B? Do we go defense?
I'm pretty sure I already saw who I want with this pick, but I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna do my due diligence here. Running back. This is high for running back. Take a look at tight end here. Eric All. Not really feeling. I'm not real big on the tight ends in this class. Period. Take another look at receiver, just in case you might want to double dip there. You got Johnny Wilson, you got Tess Walker, Javon Baker, but I think we are in fact going to go defense. And this guy caught my eye as soon as the pick came up. Edgerrin Cooper. And if you take a look, you can see right there, it jumps off the screen, his overall grade for this season, 90.8. Just wow. a phenomenal season that he had. You have their first look here. Cooper brings a lot of athleticism to the linebacker position. He possesses top-tier change of direction, burst, and pursuit speed. His best work comes when he keeps things in front of him, flying in for tackles at the line of scrimmage or towards the sidelines. Cooper's issues come from reacting more than anticipating. He's manipulated off his spot too often against play action and pre-snap motion. He also tends to over-pursue tackles, though he was more consistent in 2023. He earned a high coverage grade in 2023, but that was more from defending shallow zones, running backs out of the backfield, and QB scrambles than it was from deeper zone assignments. The thing that I like about this pick, obviously he had a great season. He's super athletic, but they don't need him to play right away necessarily. Obviously he'll get in there as you kind of rotate linebackers, but they've got Shaq Thompson coming back. They signed Josie Jewell. So if he does need a little bit of time, they have that luxury. And I think that, I hate to say it, but this would allow them to maybe move on from Shaq Thompson and kind of clear out that some cap room there in the future. But he gives them some depth right now and possibly a starter in the future and just a really, really, I think, high upside player. So I'm going to go with linebacker Edgerrin Cooper out of Texas A&M.
All right, and that completes the draft. PFF is
great loving it.
They are okay. Let's take a look at the grade. They graded Zach Frazier a B, Ricky Pearsall a B, and Edgerrin Cooper in the third round an A. Excellent draft. I would have to agree with this, and this just goes to show the potential for the Panthers to really come up this offseason. Right? Obviously, the draft is a crapshoot. You don't really know what you're getting, but all this time from free agency up until now, you had a lot of time to scout these players. You have two very close picks together near at the top of the second round, where we expect there to be a lot of talent still left. So you can get two guys that can really produce for your team there. And even that third round pick, because it's going to be a high third round pick, could also potentially be somebody that's highly productive. So if you end up with three highly productive players in this draft, because most drafts you're only going to get about 40% of those players that work out for you. You can get three guys that are highly productive in this draft. You have one, my friend.
Absolutely. And I think they're going to. Those may not be the picks. I don't think Edgerrin Cooper is going to be there in the third round. And, maybe they don't go with Ricky Pearsall. They go somewhere else. But where they're picking, they're going to have a lot of options to attack whatever area of the team they feel they need to. Like I said, they did a lot of great work in free agency to set themselves up to be able to take the best players available when the draft comes around. So I'm very excited to see how Dan Morgan handles it, and obviously to see this team get out there on the field and start winning, which they haven't been doing a whole lot of in Carolina recently.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that's it for this video. The draft will be here in a few days. Make sure you check it out. Come back here on our channel, Lunch Break Hot Take, to watch the draft, or you can go over to Coach's channel and Sip to Tally Films. We will be simulcasting, multi-streaming, whatever you want to call that. Okay, but the draft will be going on. We'll all be hanging out. It'll be us. It will be Hendo from the Roll Pod. It will be Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast, along with the rest of his crew. Okay, you got Carrie and Mike that will be joining as well. And of course, like I said, Coach Evans from Sit to Tally Films will be hosting it, and we'll also be streaming it on our channel. So that's where you need to go for the draft. You don't need to be looking around the rest of YouTube trying to find a place to watch it. You watch it right here. All right. So hit that subscribe button, hit your notification bell, and be ready for the bat signal. Peace.